already engaged at a different part in their life, and now they're just kind of going through with it.
Without wheels.
Yeah, without wheels. But
Dude.
yeah, and then what's that?
Tom Cavanaugh's so fucking good.
Who?
I even actually like was kind of rooting for him somewhat in that episode. Like he's a bad guy. Like when Cisco says, "I remember that you killed me," he's like, "Oh no, there was a good reason for that." But he's like, "If I killed you, there's probably a good reason for it." But like that's so great.
I kind of feel like they tried humanizing him there, where he's like, I did like you, Cisco, but it's just I feel like keeping him so mysterious all the way up into the end kind of took away kind of any kind of impact that it might have had on him and his reasonings for doing what he does. Like, I mean, he just like, because I hate you, Flash. I hate you, but I need you. You know, and they never really get into that at all. Like, he needed him just to get back in time to his own time, but that's it. Like,
Yeah.
they don't.
Even though they didn't really expand on that stuff. I liked the dialogue between the two characters. Why
Yeah.
you do this? I fucking hate you.
Yeah,
You're a piece of shit. I hate you.
it was. I mean, it was. Yeah, it was. It was still good and everything. It's just, it wasn't. You know, it wasn't Kingpin good. This is basically how I can put it. I mean,
Fuck no. Still, I like the Flash better than the Arrow.
yeah. I mean, well, this last season of Arrow was really fucking shitty for the most part. I mean, the first half of it was good. I thought, you know, with the whole Sarah thing happening with her dying, and then them trying
Then she
to
comes
figure out
back.
why and stuff. She doesn't come back.
She's good to be back.
No, she's not.
But yeah, she's the White Canary.
What?
Yeah, in that new
All right.
spin-off show.
Nope. Stop.
You didn't see the trailer for
We're
that
done.
yet?
Nope. We're done. We're done with this. I don't.
See the
No.
trailer?
No. No. I don't. I'm pretending like
Watch
this
the
never
trailer.
happened. She's dead. She's dead. She's not. She's not any white canary. She's no canary at all. She's not a bird. She's dead. She's
They
a
brought
dead corpse.
that dude up and
They buried her.
they brought that guy up, the time traveler guy that shows up.
Mm-mm. What time
And-
traveler guy?
I forgot his name, but
Yeah.
Wells brought it up when he was getting ready to time travel. Like one of those hasn't been invented since that one guy created it.
Yeah.
Because he ends up showing up for that new spin-off show they have.
No, he doesn't. There's no.
You can deny it. It's happening.
No, that's not happening. Fucking
Trailer's out there.
Adam's dead.
Nope.
Yep. He blew up.
They explained that in the trailer.
Oh man. What did they say?
His suit worked. He went down to like microscopic size.
What do you mean his suit worked?
His suit worked.
How, was his suit? He wasn't in his suit. His
I
suit
don't-
blew up while he was looking at it.
Hey, that's what they say in the trailer. Because in the trailer, they even bring it up. The White Canary's like, "You blew up. How did you survive?" And he's like, "You want me to show you? I went down really small." They're like,
Okay.
"Oh, no, you didn't." He's like, "Yeah, I did. I swear."
How does turning to really small microscopic size stop him from burning when fire is exploding?
Maybe he hid in a pen cap.
Okay, there's vibrations. There's, you know, there's.
He's got a suit.
I'm not buying it, man.
He's got a suit that's got powers.
Like, even okay,
It has powers.
if a grenade goes off, even if the grenade hitting you doesn't kill you,
The concussion.
the force can, yeah. So I mean, you think going down to a small level would amplify that effect way more. I don't know.
Don't explain it on
This
the
sounds
video.
stupid,
Just
man.
let it
This
go.
sounds fucking dumb, man. It sounds like they're making some big ass mistakes that I'm not gonna fucking like.
That's why you just keep watching The Flash.
I turned small is not an excuse for not being fucking blown up.
Yes, it's a perfect excuse.
No, it's a horrible one.
He's turned small and hid in a little microscopic Lego refrigerator.
No. Yeah, if scientists can tell me that there is a slight chance that he lived, then fine. All right, fair enough.
I will call a scientist right now.
But you know what? Find me a scientist that says that you get shot in the stomach by arrows and then get buried for, we got to assume, a couple of months, and how you come back to life. Have a scientist explain that to me.
I think they're just gonna do all that shit with time,
Probably. I mean,
because that time guy shows up. I forgot what his name was. He's in the comics,
That doesn't help me.
but he shows up and basically says, "Hey, this dude's trying to fuck up the time stuff," and it's crazy. Yeah, at this point, I really just wish they would just make the TV show called Flash/Arrow, or Arrow/Flash.
Yeah. I mean, they're two different things. I mean, I'm happy with them being separate, but I just feel like Arrow's fucking done. Like, I mean, they need to cut the flashbacks. Like they make it seem like they're done with it, because he goes, he leaves Hong Kong, and obviously goes back to the island, because that's where he's found at.
He's gonna go hang out there and grow his beard.
Yeah, but I'm afraid that this next season of the Arrow, we're gonna get more information about that prison that's there, and I don't want that. I don't want any more
Arrow
fucking
needs to
flashbacks.
step up his game.
He needs to get a fucking beard.
Well, he needs to step up his game because we're, especially with all these crossovers, we're way past regular dudes. We're into metahumans now, and the Arrow just going out fighting bullies it just isn't going to work anymore. I mean, the Flash had to show up and fucking take out the entire League of Assassins base for him.
Hey, look, hey. Arrow fucking took out Zoom, and the Flash couldn't even do that. All right.
Very true.
So yeah.
That's why they should just have Arrow/Flash.
See, now there's another problem with Arrow that they need to fucking address. Before, he was rich, so that was their excuse. Like Batman, like he can have all these gadgets and toys because he's rich. Fine, explain it away with that. But
Yep.
he became broke and somehow still continued to have that underground layer with all these
He's
toys and
the
gadgets.
most hopping bar in the city.
That may be, but that still doesn't pay for fucking things that make fucking fast people slow.
His sister's like, "Where is this $100,000 that we just made going?" He's like, "I don't know."
Oh, jeez, I don't know. Did you check?
And then
Check your
Diggle's
till
like,
again.
"We gotta tell her."
Oh God.
I would like a whole episode of them just doing inventory. Like, we really can't afford these 374 fucking explosive arrow tips. We need to cut back on those.
I want to see them sitting around doing fucking paperwork on this stuff for a whole episode.
Do we need a new GPS tracking computer? We're a little low on those. It's like, that doesn't fit in the budget.
Felicity, do you think you can get by with just one fucking keyboard, maybe? Just
She's like, "Well, I really need a backlit one because if our power goes out..." He's
Well-
like, "Ugh."
we'll just get you a desk lamp that takes batteries, and if need be, you can use it that way. Those are pretty
Yeah.
cheap, right? You know what? We'll just get you a candle. That's that works perfect.
Fuck.
Lincoln did his homework by candle.
Jesus.
Oh, so
Flash, man. Fucking every little thing about that show that happens during that show gets me excited. Even when he gets revved up and the little fucking sparks in his eyes start flying, I'm like, yeah!
It's
Special effects time.
it's really good. I was worried about it. I mean, but I was worried about Arrow too. And Arrow was a good show.
The only thing that pissed me off was the very, very end, which this is why I think it's leading into that new show they're creating where that time guy shows up because they created that giant black hole. But at the very end, they should have cut it a little sooner because he goes up there and starts his shit and you're like, "Oh, what's he gonna do? What's he gonna do?" And then they're like, just mid-action cut.
Yeah.
I'm like, that's... No. You should have just stopped it with him speeding up there or halfway up there.
Yeah.
I didn't like mid-action running around the fucking thing and then stop.
I didn't like any of that.
It's a
I mean,
black hole.
yeah. I mean, I wanted to see them do something with the black hole, not start to do something with it and then do nothing. And now we gotta wait.
Exactly.
It's like your shit.
Look how fast he is now. He's fucking outrunning black holes.
Yeah.
He's like, "I got this shit, boys. I don't care." He's like, "This is dangerous, but I'm the Flash." I'm like, "Yeah, you need a new Diggle."
A new dickle? A new
Diggle.
dick hole?
He needs a new Dick hole.
Jesus
That's
Christ.
what happened to the Paradox. Eddie shot himself. The Flash now has no urethra.
He pees and like goes in two different directions.
Oh fuck.
He's so fast though that when he pees, he just fucking starts peeing and then redirects the pee at the same time as peeing.
Whoa.
He's like in two places at once.
He can pee in all the urinals.
Yeah. That's
I
what he
like
does.
this.
He pees in all of them all at one time.
I love this. They need an episode about that. We need more pee.
So, any other TV shows? I mean, I'm still watching Game of Thrones, but talking to you about Game of Thrones is kind of useless. Because you don't watch the TV
That's
show.
true. I mean, that Tyrion Lannister guy. God, what a fucking prick.
What are you talking about? Tyrion's one of the best characters on the show. Which means he's gonna die sooner or later.
Yeah, he's got intentions. I think they're bad. I think they're good right now, but they'll be bad.
Honestly, they make very clear this season so far that his intention is just to lay around and get drunk until he dies from it.
See? See? And I don't know what that woman's up to, but that woman, obviously, she wants to take control of everything. Am I close?
Really?
And she wants control of all the dragons.
There's only 3 dragons, so...
Yeah, she wants control of all 3. She doesn't want just one. She wants to have a giant... Dude, there's going to be an episode where some dude's going to fly in on a dragon. I see it coming. Some dude's going to ride a dragon.
I highly doubt that, but... Alright. I mean, that'd be interesting.
I think it's going to be Dinklage. I don't know.
You're so fucking... Yeah. Yeah, Game of Thrones. This season for Game of Thrones has been pretty fucking slow.
I've heard there's a lot of... Like, they're building up to something, but it's just a lot of slow talking. Slow build-up.
Well, I mean, Game of Thrones in general is just a lot of talking and characters reacting or interacting with one another. And not much going on around that. But, I mean, this season it seems like it's just been really just a slow burn of what's happening. I mean, like, they are finally, like, there's the group called the Sparrows, which is a religious organization that goes around and kills sinners and blah, 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 and imprisons people. That the Queen Mother is what they call her because she's the mother of the king, has put into place. And this is all her thing to get the king's wife away from him. Kind of like she knows. See, I mean, trying to explain this to you is impossible because I would have to just go back and back and back and
So,
go watch Game of Thrones, get caught up completely, and then we can talk about Game of Thrones.
So there's dragons.
There's dragons.
How long did it take? What season did we see dragons?
Dragons showed up in the last episode of the first season.
I will start there.
But they rarely make an appearance in the show at all.
Give me a list of all dragon episodes, and I will show up to watch the dragon episodes.
I can't do that because I don't know. But I would say, like, the first season, there's the last episode. The second season, you know, they show up here and there for a couple of episodes as, you know, baby dragons.
All the dragons?
All 3 dragons, yes. So all the dragons, yes, because there's only 3 dragons in the
What do
world.
the dragons eat?
Meat,
Are they fire-breathing?
yes.
Is there an ice dragon?
No,
They're all fire dragons.
yes.
Are they red?
No. Well, I think one of them is. There's a black one, a
He shoots
green
magic.
one,
The green one shoots grass.
grass. Yep.
He's a rock dragon.
Wait, who's the rock dragon? The grass one?
The green one, he's an earth dragon.
Or he's Earth Dragon, okay. Shoots
Earth
rocks and
dragon.
grass. Got it.
Fire dragon.
Fire
He
Dragon.
shoots fire, obviously.
Obviously.
The black one shoots... Don't go there.
I was gonna say people. Oh, that was horrible.
He shoots black magic.
Black magic.
He shoots voodoo dolls.
Voodoo doll.
He's a voodoo dragon.
He's a
Ooh,
voodoo.
I like that.
Voodoo dragon.
That
That is a nice name.
the voodoo dragon. That's my new wrestling name.
There you go. The Voodoo Dragon. I like that. That has a nice ring to it. Ring, get it? Because wrestling.
Yeah. Oh fuck.
Oh man. No, but they're all fire breathing. One of them, I think he's black. There's one that's kind of a green color, and then the other one I'm not too sure. I want to say it's a blue, but I could be thinking of the one that I think's
Water.
black, so I don't know.
Ice. Ice dragon. Gotta have an ice dragon. Isn't there a house of ice?
I don't think so.
Oh, so they probably want the ice dragon.
Winter's coming.
Well, yeah, we still have to go through summer and fall.
No, like winter's like finally here. Like they've been saying since the first season, winter's coming, and like now it's
What's
starting to snow.
Oh,
Only in the north though. And the thing with the seasons there apparently is they go on for years. Like people have always talked in these seasons about the winters and how they can last for years and years and years, and they can get so brutally cold that you'll easily freeze to death.
I like it.
Yeah, and the White Walkers are
Was that
out
Yetis?
there. No, zombies.
Really?
Yeah.
They're zombies? Like
Yep.
real zombies? Like eat people zombies?
I don't think they not really eat people. No, they
Oh,
kill
that's-
people and then make them zombies. There's a subplot that was happening with this guy who's called a wildling. Anyone that lives outside of the wall are called wildlings. And there's a dude that he would fuck his daughters, and if they got pregnant with boys, he would send the baby boys out into the wilderness for the White Walkers to pick up and turn into White Walkers. And if they gave birth to daughters, then he would wait till the daughters were old enough to fuck them and get them pregnant. And there's many ages of women living in this house.
Well,
Yeah. There's some twisted shit that happens in Game of Thrones.
but there is dragons.
There is dragons.
Alright, I'm a little more on board.
You should. I mean, again, man, you talk about how you like the talks of the politics and stuff in Dragon Age,
Yes.
and that's very much what Game of Thrones is. It's a lot of politics, a lot of talking of different things like that.
For me to get into fantasy shows and movies.
It's not fantasy.
It sounds fantasy.
It's not. I mean, it's medieval.
There's dragons.
Yeah, okay, there's dragons, but they're hardly around, and then there's magic, but that's rarely ever fucking used.
Fucking kick
There's-
the laws down. There's dragons, but they're hardly around.
Well, I mean, yeah, they're the CG on the dragons are really nice, and I gotta assume that's probably why they're rarely around, is because it probably costs a lot of fucking money. And they do this. They don't do this show on set. They go to locations. I mean, they're all over the place in different fucking parts of the world filming this.
Just use real dragons. That saves money.
They could have, but
Just use Komodo dragons.
there you go. That would have been
My
very
tag team partner.
the Komodo dragon,
Komodo dragon, and
Voodoo dragon, and Komodo dragon. That
we are the Lucha Dragons.
no,
That's
you just
Coast
lost
Guard
it.
St. Clara.
Yeah.
Speaking of wrestling, have you watched Raw?
I have not.
What?
I have not watched wrestling since. What was the last pay per view that I didn't finish?
What was the last pay per view?
I can't think of the name of it. Was it Extreme Rules? Was that the
Maybe.
name of it?
Yes.
Payback.
Payback. Yeah, I kept thinking Battleground, but that's too away. Yeah, Payback.
Yeah. I watched. That's the last thing I watched, and I mean it was actually a good pay per view. I think the best match was the tag team match.
So you didn't follow up?
What do you mean? Afterwards?
Raw's.
Nah.
There's Elimination Chambers this week.
Yeah, I know. I don't. What are they doing? Why are they doing this? Is this a pay per view? Like,
Yep.
they're just doing like 2 pay per view. Like, basically, they're gonna have 3 pay per views almost back to back. It seems like just every couple of weeks.
Well, the next pay per view is at the end of next month.
So they're just basically having 2 of them this month.
Yes.
Why?
Because they wanted to bring the Elimination Chamber back, and this was like the only time fitting in the schedules, I guess, that they could bring it back.
Why couldn't they just, instead of having a payback, be Elimination Chamber? Why not, instead of calling it the pay-per-view Elimination Chamber, why not just have the Elimination Chamber match at Payback?
Because they need people to subscribe to the network.
See, this is where I have fear. Because they already went from having like 4 pay-per-views a year to having 12. Now, is this a point in time where they see that this revenue makes a lot of revenue for them, that all of a sudden we're going to have 2 pay-per-views every month?
Well,
so they can get even more money from us?
I heard it fit in the schedule, and they already had planned out the other pay-per-views, like the Paybacks, the Battlegrounds, and all that shit.
Right.
Like, already had the arenas booked, and they wanted to bring back the Chamber and replace it with a previous pay-per-view, but because everything was booked, they had to throw it in there somewhere this year.
I guess.
Because last year they didn't have the Chamber, and people were a little bitter.
Well, I mean, because the Elimination Chamber match is pretty fucking good.
Yeah, I know. And it only gets better this year.
What is happening this year? Like, I haven't been paying
the
attention.
last 2 Raws, Dean Ambrose is Stone Cold Steve Austin. Which he's actually playing it pretty fucking good.
Okay.
Basically that same attitude, like, fuck the authority, I do what I want, I'm a lone dog guy. He's been playing that up, so him and Seth Rollins are kind of beefy. Or beefing. Or beefy, whatever. If that's what you want to say.
Alright.
But he's just been coming out saying, there's nothing I enjoy more. He's like, than whipping Seth Rollins' ass. He made the comment, I do it for free, so why not put the title on the line? And the authority kind of doing the bullshit again where they're like, oh, we'll fuck you over, Dean Ambrose. Well, then Roman Reigns is coming out, backing up Dean Ambrose.
Right.
And Roman Reigns is now getting mega pops because it's like Shield 2.3 or 2 3/3.
Wait, what? Your
Basically,
math.
it's like Shield 2 3/3 because Rollins ain't in it. Like, they're coming out whipping people's ass.
Alright.
And it's got me liking Reigns again. Like, it's kind of that Shield vibe.
See, okay, to go back to Payback, I didn't get to see the whole last match. So then,
good.
all of a sudden, WWE Network stopped working for me, and I was finally got to the point where I was like, after like the next day, it still wasn't working for me. I was like, all right, fuck it, I'm not gonna worry about it. I got to the point where, like, the 3 of them kind of ganged up together, and then the 2 of them ganged up on Seth Rollins.
All those loud fucking pops.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, God.
And, like, I got to the point where Dean Ambrose and Roman Reigns got back in the ring, and they were like, fuck it, let's do this. And then that's as far as I got.
Okay, so you got to see all the fun parts. After that, it's just kind of a match.
Right on.
They're kind of sticking to that. Dean Ambrose and Roman Reigns are like, yeah, we'll whip each other's ass, but we both hate Seth Rollins, so fuck it. It seems like they're finally going back to the let's finish this whole Shield thing where everybody should be kind of mad at Seth Rollins, but they weren't. Dean Ambrose was, but Roman Reigns is like, fuck it, I'm just going to go do my own thing. Let's see. Dean's actually doing, I put notes, he's actually pretty good doing that Stone Cold role. They've changed him up a little bit. He's no longer, like, super goofy. He's more, let's just whip that ass. So then John Cena comes out on Raw. I know.
Okay. I heard about this, and it sounded good. It sounded intriguing.
And he's out there saying, I give everybody a chance and all this stuff. Then Kevin Owens comes out.
Right.
On that NXT title. And he doesn't have no gimmick. He's not talking shit. He's just in there talking like a regular dude. And he's just kind of telling John Cena, like, dude, I'm the NXT champion. I don't give a fuck about your little US title. It's a piece of crap title here in the WWE. And he's like, all right, well, let's do this now. And Owens is like, no. He's like, we'll do this when I want to fucking do it. John Cena's like, what? He's like, no, I'm not just going to fight you to fight you. When I fight people, I do it for reasons. He's like, I want money. I want, titles. I want all sorts of shit. I'm not just going to fight you just to fight you. I got nothing to prove. I'm like, damn. So then John Cena's running his mouth back, and Kevin Owens all of a sudden just fucking picks him up and power bombs him. Like, yeah. John Cena's laying there. He picks up the U.S. title, Kevin Owens, throws it to the ground, and fucking steps on it, and holds up his title.
That's the what I seen is I seen him stepping on the United States title, and I was like, huh, all right.
Like, that was good. Then later in the back, Renee Young, who's so fucking hot, was like, hey, Owens, I saw you talking to the Authority. What's going on? He's like, He said, I said I'll fight John Cena when I want to fight him. He said, I'll take him on an elimination chamber. I was like, yeah. And then he makes the comment of, John Cena should watch the NXT pay-per-view, which I still haven't caught. He said, because what I do to Sami Zayn is going to be 10 times worse what I do to John Cena.
Now, is this for the title, for the U.S. title?
Yup.
All right.
I believe so.
Well, looking at this here that you sent me a link to, it doesn't have the thing.
Oh, it says
it does say
for United. Yep.
All right. I wasn't reading that part of it. I was just looking at the match itself where it says so-and-so versus so-and-so.
So that's pretty much been the main storylines for Raw. Paige is back. Yay. But all these NXT people, I'm starting to dig it because they don't have like these super over-the-top gimmicks. They come out and they just talk regularly and fight.
All right. So here's my thing. Like, looking at this now, the last time I knew Sheamus and Ryback were the only two announced for the Elimination Chamber.
Yes.
For the Intercontinental Championship. But I see now that they also added in King Barrett, R-Truth, Rusev, and Dolph Ziggler.
They added R-Truth and Barrett on the previous SmackDown, and then they added Ziggler and Rusev on the last Raw.
See, now, this sucks. Because, like, first, R-Truth, I just don't like him.
No.
Dolph Ziggler being in there with, like, Sheamus and stuff, like...
Ryback
I'm tired of...
Sheamus opened up Raw.
Yeah.
Sheamus was out there saying, give me that U.S. title to Triple H or give me the Intercontinental title because I beat everybody's ass. And then Ryback came out. God.
Come out.
Ryback
come down all over his face.
He's like, yeah. He's like,
come on my ass match.
Yeah. Come on me arse.
Pat Pattis just shows up to lick it off. Oh, man. Oh.
But Ryback basically is like, you pick on little guys, why don't you try picking on the big guys? And they had a pretty good match.
Right on.
And Ryback is way fucking over again. It's kind of nice.
I feel like Ryback got robbed on the U.S. title.
Here's an issue I had. They did a little promo skit with Lana and Rusev having their argument and breaking up thing. And then Dolph Ziggler's randomly having a match and Lana just comes out and starts making out with him.
Okay.
Rusev comes out and goes apeshit and is angry. And they kiss again. And I'm like, alright. Then they leave. Like, okay. God. So Ziggler's the one that fucks the Russian out of her? I kept thinking it'd be Big E, but I guess not.
Why Big E?
I don't know. Big E seems like the guy that would fuck fucking accents out of people.
Alright.
But that kind of bothered me. It seemed like, they were building up to a breakup between those two, but that seemed very random.
Yeah, it sounds so fucking lame. Like, that whole thing sounds uninteresting to me as all fucking...
Basically, Rusev is slowly declining ever since his feud with John Cena.
Well, that's because that's what John fucking Cena does, man.
Ugh.
God,
that was Raw and SmackDown. One bad.
So, I notice here... or that's another thing I want to talk about with, like, this match, because, like, I'm tired of, like, Dolph Ziggler and Sheamus and R-Truth and shit like that. I mean, R-Truth, I just don't like R-Truth. That's just that. I mean, it's not like he's, I'm just tired of all these people fighting each other again and again and again. But R-Truth isn't really a part of that, per se.
This Intercontinental match I have seen for the last year, at least between some of these people.
Yeah. Now, I'm actually more upset that I see here that there's a Neville versus Bo Dallas match, which sounds like a fucking stinker match. But why is Neville not in that match instead
I
of
know,
R
right?
Truth? Or R Truth could Neville could replace Sheamus, R Truth, or even fucking Dolph Ziggler at this point, and I'd
I'm
be
digging
happy.
Sheamus's new heel attitude.
I'm fine with him being a heel. I'm fine.
Like,
I'd even wouldn't mind his look if his hair wasn't so ridiculously, hilariously tall.
oh, Stephanie McMahon's like, I think, what was it? They were chanting, "You look stupid," and she's like, "Sheamus, we understand. You're good, and might I add, you look fantastic now."
God.
I was like, "That's great." I'm okay with Sheamus. I'm okay with. I guess we might as well get into that match. I'm okay with Sheamus and Ryback. I think Neville could replace Truth. Bo Dallas could probably replace Ziggler.
I don't want Bo Dallas in anything. I
don't either. Not really.
have a Bo Dallas versus R Truth match, and it'll be probably just as shit. I mean,
Neville and Bo Dallas had some pretty damn good matches back in NXT.
did they?
Yeah.
I mean,
that has the possibility of being decent, but there's no ramifications of it. It's just Bo Dallas versus Neville.
I mean, I don't know. Bo Dallas's gimmick is fine to me. His whole Bo Leave thing, it doesn't bother me that bad. What bothers me is like he hasn't really shown to have any real talent of any kind, and like they were having him beat people like Mark fucking Henry,
Yeah.
and him just being like, "It's because I believed," and it's like, no, it's not. It's just so dumb and weird.
I think that's a case of pushing a gimmick really hard in NXT that works well, and then going, this will work fine when it transfers over, and it did not.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's probably a big problem. I don't know what you can do about that. Like Adam Rose, like
Yeah,
that's
his
just a
gimmick
stupid
was
gimmick
great
to me.
in NXT, but
Yes, I mean personally, I think I wouldn't like it then either. But I mean that's just me. But yeah, it seems like some of these people have gimmicks that apparently work on one level and not the other.
I think that's why they're getting away from those type of gimmicks, because like Sami Zayn's just regular dude. Finn Balor does the face paint, but he's regular dude. Hideo Itami, regular dude.
Yeah.
All these Kevin Owens, regular dude, and these guys are way fucking over when they show up on Raw.
Right. Yeah, and Neville seems to be just regular dude.
Yeah, except Vince McMahon wanted him to do that Mighty Mouse bullshit
What do you mean?
with the cape and all
Oh,
that
the
stuff.
cape is fucking dumb.
Yeah.
When I seen him come out during the pay-per-view in that cape, like I instantly tweeted, like he can lose that cape anytime now.
Yeah, that was Vince's idea. He never did the cape thing before. And Vince is like, he's like Mighty Mouse. He's little and powerful and strong and can fly around that ring.
Okay, look, if you
Yeah,
if you're using Mighty Mouse as your example, you're doing it wrong. Like whatever it is you're doing, it's wrong.
I guess that's what the name they wanted to give him, but that's why they ended up getting rid of the Adrian Neville and just settled on Neville, because Vince actually wanted to call him Mighty Mouse.
Oh my god. I think changing it from Adrian Neville to just Neville alone is kind of dumb, but like whatever. Like yeah, Mighty Mouse would have been 1,000 times worse. That would have been fucking suicide. I mean, if he would have been like, yeah, let's do that. Like, no.
Yeah, I'm Mighty Mouse. So we touched on Neville and Dallas a little bit. Oh, that Intercontinental match is an Elimination Chamber match.
Right.
Which
That's the only Elimination Chamber match. Isn't
Sheamus
it?
has had really good elimination. No, it's not.
Oh, is that what
He
this
got
is?
a first time ever
Tag team?
tag team elimination chamber for the titles. This
Alright.
has the propensity of being fucking crazy with some of these people in it.
Yeah.
The New Day, Lucha Dragons, Tyson Kidd, Cesaro, Primetime Players, I don't care. The Ascension, don't care.
It
Los
looks.
Matadores, don't care.
It's like every tag team that's in the company right now.
Yeah, and I see half of them on there are actually interesting to watch.
I don't know. I like New Day.
I like the Lucha Dragons.
The little bit that I've seen of them, it was like one match. I thought they were all right. Tyson Kidd and Cesaro have really grown on me, especially after that last pay-per-view. I really like them. Primetime players, fuck them. Like, obviously that they were doing another tag team breaks up and hates each other, and then they got no fucking screen time whatsoever. So they're like, let's just put them back together because that breakup was just didn't help either of them.
Oh, absolutely not.
And then there's the Ascension, which I like the Ascension. They do look a little ridiculous, but... Did you just walk away?
That's what I think of the Ascension.
Right? You're like, You can't even say words. You just, and then walked away.
Just put my headset down and walk out. Yep, we're done here. No, I think more could be done with them. I just think their writing's bad right now. They really haven't given them any...
Yeah, I mean,
angles.
Being that I haven't been watching Raws at all since, basically since WrestleMania, I don't know what they look like. But I mean, I know that they went through that little stint there where they were losing to every old time tag team, which I think was a bad idea.
It seems like the last 2 weeks they're back to. I guess I'd just throw out their Road Warrior style where they're just dudes in makeup that show up and fuck people up.
Yeah.
Which has been okay. I still think they're horrible in the ring and boring to watch, but...
I think the worst part to me about that is they're not big enough. Okay, first of all, the one dude needs to get rid of his sideburns. Like, having his head shaved and having sideburns is just ridiculous looking to me. That needs to end. Outside of that, I think they're trying to make them badasses when they're just not physically big enough. Like the Road Warriors or Legion of Doom were. They were fucking gigantic dudes. And so they were able to play that part of like these just giant behemoths that destroyed everyone that they came in contact with.
Yeah.
And these guys just, they're decent size. They're not fucking Bo Dallas or anything like that, but they're just not hulkingly big.
Connor's decent size, but Victor's like the little short, or not really short, but just skinny.
Just
guy.
smaller, yeah.
Yeah. And then you got Los Matadores, which why put them in the match? Why not put? Because apparently, Rwanda Hotel and Luke Harper, two big guys, are back together again. That's a more interesting tag team than Los fucking Matadores and their dumbass bull.
I guess so. I feel bad for the Los Matadores mainly because they match, and I really like that. And they've just never really gotten that much of a chance. It seems like they had their intro, and then they had a couple of matches, and then it seemed like they faded away. I feel like WWE does that a lot, and maybe that's because they use these people more on their road stuff, like on other countries and whatever. Maybe I don't know.
Oh, they're always at house shows and shit.
Yeah, I mean, I assume that's the kind of scenario that they do, and like probably pre-show stuff.
Yeah.
But I mean, and that I don't want to kick a dead horse, but like that just goes back to how that they handle the shows in general. Like there's too much talking, and more wrestling would mean more chance for different wrestlers and tag teams and stuff like that to get in the ring.
The last 2 weeks there's been some talking, but it's been a lot more like with the Ambrose angle. It's been a lot more just show up and I'm gonna whip your ass. All right, let's do it.
Yeah, I mean
Owens and Cena thing. It's like Cena doing all of his talk, and Owens is like, "Shut the fuck up, dude. I'll fight you when I want to fucking fight you. You're not gonna sit here and ramble on."
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm really tired of let's have at the beginning of the show 15 minutes, 20 minutes are given away to people to come to the ring, talk, and then leave again. I would be much happier if the first 10 minutes were someone coming out, talking shit for 2 minutes or 3 minutes, and then someone else coming out, and then there's a match because of it or something. And then get it done and over with, and then go on to the next match, and on and on and on. And then every so often people come out, like I've said in the past, like people come out and cheat, oh, you cheated me, what the fuck, And that's another thing too, like instead of having fucking Dolph Ziggler versus Sheamus for the 20th time on fucking Raw, have Ziggler fighting Rob Van Dam, someone that's never around anymore that it seems like, and then have Sheamus come out and cheat. That way you continue that fucking rivalry but you're not seeing a match between them over and over again. I mean, I don't
Yeah,
know.
Tyson Kidd and the New Day had a fucking match on Raw, and I just tuned it out. Well, I actually fast forwarded through it because I'm like, I watched this 2 pay-per-views in a row.
Yeah,
I can't expect. Yeah, it's probably gonna be a good match, but you can only impress me so many fucking times.
right. Yeah, exactly. I mean, yeah, you can continue to impress, but do it with other tag teams. You know, now have Jason Kidd, Tyson Kidd, and Cesaro. You know, go up against the primetime players or something. You know, like
Kidd and Cesaro versus just randomly throw them in against fucking Roman Reigns and Dean Ambrose.
yeah, sure, do that. Fuck it.
Ugh. But yeah, that leads us to the Cena versus Owens.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I'm interested in that match, but
Oh, I'm fucking. This is the one I'm looking forward to the most.
yeah.
Anytime John Cena has been facing NXT people, I've thought those have been the best matches I have seen all year. Cena putting on good matches is pretty fucking good lately.
I'm interested in seeing Kevin Owens wrestle. Like he seems like a
there's
badass.
a chance he could win this.
I
Do you think there's a chance they could put this title on him?
sure. I mean, I can see that being a thing. I guess. Like, but then what is? I guess it depends on what they do from there on. I mean, does he go back to?
Fuck yeah.
You know,
Send him back to NXT and just be a total fucking prick about it.
yeah, he can be like, hey, look what I brought over. Like, maybe that's what they'll do. Maybe because I don't know, they only have the 2 titles, the NXT title and the tag team titles and women's title. Maybe he'll take the United States title and be like, this is ours now, bitch. You know, this is NXT property. You don't have that anymore.
Have him and play the clips on Raw. Have him go out on NXT saying, "This is where the big boys play. If the WWE guys want to come down to NXT and fucking try to win this title, open challenge."
There you go. Yeah.
I mean, God, it's so hard for Kevin Owens to be a heel though, because you see him on Twitter and he's such a family man, nice guy. He's like, from what I've heard, he's like the nicest fucking dude ever. But he is a mean fucking heel.
Yeah, I've only seen him the one time when Sami Zayn first won the championship. He's like, oh yeah, nice going, and they power bombed his fucking neck into the ring. Yeah, and I'm like, oh my god, dude. All right.
Like, yeah, I'm pretty sure he got a concussion or broke his neck there. Yeah, I'm excited. I'm fucking Sami Zayn, Neville, fucking Kevin Owens. I hope all of these guys fucking come up. Finn Balor. Let them start taking over the roster. Get some new fucking blood in there. Y'all are gonna have to watch Ziggler roll around for 20 minutes going, I'm hurt.
Yeah.
Get my moves. Now I get pinned.
Yeah, they need to do something we didn't talk about the Nikki Bella Paige Naomi match, but I mean, of course I'm not interested in that, but
Until they bring up some of them NXT women, I don't give a fuck.
I mean, you know, I keep seeing on Twitter that like, I guess there's like a behind the scenes feud that's going on between Triple H and Stephanie McMahon going against Vince McMahon about the Divas Championship or the Divas roster or whatever, like the time that they get and whatnot.
That's because Triple H has proven that people will actually watch women matches, especially with NXT, because well, the thing is, first off, you have to have good wrestlers. And I don't think Nikki Bella and Naomi Paige used to have good NXT matches, but I think it's hard for Paige to put on a good match when she's wrestling Nikki Bella.
I mean, I don't know. I'm just not interested. I mean, that's just personally. I'm not interested in women's wrestling at all. Like, it's just not my thing. But, I mean...
Those NXT ones, man.
Woof. It's... I don't know. Like, yeah, fine, you know, do more with it or whatever you want to call it. But, I mean, they need to do something with their main roster, too. That is an issue.
And I guess that's what the feud's about, because they're like, dude, we need to start, because I guess it turns up to we're not going to get into a huge debate about it, but the whole sexism thing, I guess, like, oh, women just aren't as good as men for wrestling and don't sell as much, but then you got things like the UFC where Ronda Rousey's fucking main eventing UFC cards.
Right.
It's like women can main event cards. You know that, right, Vince? I mean,
Yeah, he's probably just stuck in his ways. And I know I say that like that's the same excuse you give to your grandfather because he still uses the N word, but I mean, Vince McMahon just all around is a fucking disaster at this point. Like,
yup.
I think he's just fucking lost it, and he needs to fucking step the fuck down. They need to get him out of there. Need him to stop making decisions, and just be that like have do something different with the Divas division. Sure, like if you do something different and I end up liking it, then maybe I'll watch. Like just in general, I'm not interested in watching women wrestling. Like
For one, quit calling it the Divas division and just bring back the women's championship. The
Yeah,
championship. No more diva belt with a butterfly and.
Yeah, I've never really liked that. I mean, and I don't mean to say that as some kind of like social justice warrior of like, oh, why do women have to have it pink and pretty and stuff like that? Well, men don't. Like, I'm fine with it and everything, but yeah, I always found the Divas Championship has just not been as cool to me as a name and as badass of a name as the Women's Championship, or just don't call it the Women's Championship or anything like that. I mean, I don't know. Come up with something that's not. Some people would call it the Divas division is sexist. I don't think it is, but come up with something that's alternative but doesn't focus the name on that they're women. I don't know what you would call it, but
last I heard, rumor was they plan on pulling up a couple of the NXT women and putting the title on one of them and doing like a whole what's it called? Fuck this Divas title. We're here to prove shits in our favor and bringing back the old women's title. Last I heard, and I heard it was supposed to be like Charlotte or Sasha Banks.
That's okay. I mean, I would prefer the women's title to the Divas title, but I'm just thinking like maybe there's a way to make it so it's not so gender focused. And I feel like I sound like a goddamn social justice warrior saying shit like that, because I'm not. Like, whatever, if women want to be the divas, then let them be the divas. I don't give a shit,
Yeah.
I mean, to me, I'm not interested in female wrestling at all, but if they can make it entertaining where I do enjoy watching it, then I will watch it.
It rolls off the tongue better and sounds on the card instead of, oh, did you check out that Divas Championship match, as opposed to, did you check out the Women's Championship match?
Yeah,
it just sounds more professional.
Yeah, Divas just sounds, I think, on two levels here. All right, one, it sounds arrogant.
Yes.
I mean, and then on the other, it just sounds kind of childish.
Like, I don't know. They need to do something with them, and I think it starts with that NXT roster. Because the people they got on there now, they are divas. They're just pretty women that hold a title and go out and put on subpar wrestling matches. And that's what it is right now.
Yeah, their matches, they suck. They're not...
Their moves involve, like, the rack attack. You get it? Because she's got boobs.
Now you sound like a social justice warrior.
It's...
Yeah, I mean,
I've seen the NXT matches, and I know the women can put on fucking badass matches.
Right.
That shit that's on Raw and these pay-per-views is horrible.
Yeah, they need to do something. I don't know what.
One day we'll have equal rights.
Yeah, and people say like give them more time. It's like they don't need more time. Like, more time's not the fucking answer here. Like, have good fucking rivalries.
Yep.
How about like that for a start instead of like. I mean, luckily they got rid of fucking AJ so they could stop with their psychopath shit. Like, that was just dumb as shit. Like, oh, now I'm obsessed with fucking hating you and blah blah blah. And then like the rivalry that was going on with Paige, where Paige was like, "You're my best friend. I must hurt you." Like, what?
Yeah.
Like,
We're
stupid shit. Like, yeah, just really dumb shit. Like,
They need
have
better writing.
well, wrestling at all needs better writing, but like, yeah, they need to have better rivalries, causes and shit, and yeah, that stuff.
Sasha Banks Charlotte rivalry going on in fucking NXT is crazy good.
Yeah.
And that's just, I'm a big tough woman, I'm gonna whip your ass. It's like, oh no, I'm the best, I'm gonna whip your ass. Good enough, no frenemies bullshit. Fight each
Yeah.
other. May the best woman win. Ugh.
Yeah. I don't know.
I'll fast forward through this one because
Yeah, most likely I will too.
I'm tired of these three. Then you got the championship match.
Yeah, Dean Ambrose. And I don't see that one being. I mean, I don't know. Like, I mean, you said that they're using Dean Ambrose different, which is a good thing because that whole fucking I'm a psychopath and I make funny faces and stick my tongue out thing was really getting irritating and dumb.
Yeah. Well, you saw that last promo where he's like, want a cookie? And then fucking whips his ass.
All right, I didn't hate that.
I didn't hate that either. That was pretty funny. That's how he's kind of been lately. It hasn't been super childish like that one time he was being evaluated by the therapist. And
Oh, that when you told me that, I was
started
like,
spraying people with mustard and ketchup.
yeah.
Now he's just like, hey, want a cookie? Yeah, it's good. I think it'll be a good match, but Seth Rollins is obviously going to win. Because you're going to have that big Brock Lesnar-Seth Rollins payoff that's going to be happening at Battleground.
Right.
They just confirmed, I saw today on Twitter, they confirmed Brock Lesnar is going to be back for...
Battleground, I think.
Yeah, and then all the Raws after that leading up to...
Oh, even on Raw, holy shit.
Yeah, he's confirmed for like all the Raws leading up to SummerSlam.
Wow.
So, I think he'll probably make an appearance at Money in the Bank. Because that'll spark the, hey, look, I'm back, motherfucker.
Yeah, I seen that in some one of the wrestling news feeds that I follow, and I replied back, oh yeah, I forgot he signed that new contract.
Yeah.
They signed him a new contract, fire him, quote unquote, fire him, and then he's gone. Like, oh yeah, great, that's good deal for fucking Brock Lesnar. Gets a new contract and doesn't have to do anything. Yeah.
I kind of feel bad because people keep blaming it on Brock Lesnar, going, oh yeah, he just doesn't want to work, and I guess multiple times he has told the WWE, like, hey, I'm willing to work as much as you want me to. They're like, no. This is when we want you. And he's like, all right. Like when he showed up to that one Raw, like, yeah, I'm here to work. And they're like, nah, we're not using you. And then he just fucking walked out. Like, whatever.
Oh, when he supposedly got super pissed.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, with the way the title stuff's been going, I'm kind of excited for Brock to come back now.
Yeah.
Hopefully he comes back and kills people again like he killed Michael Cole.
All that's left is a shoe.
Did you see Booker T had to apologize?
No, why?
God, he's so stupid. They were talking about something with Adrian Neville during a match where they said he or it was when he was in that, like, Intercontinental title stuff. And with Wade Barrett.
Yeah.
And they were saying something along the lines of, like, yeah, he defies gravity, and he could be one of the... Or Michael Cole said something like, great people have held that Intercontinental title, like Owen Hart and all this, and Booker T goes, Owen Hart didn't defy gravity like him.
Oh, man.
Like, and that's not what he meant, but afterwards you just get really quiet on the account table.
Right.
And it's like, dude.
You inadvertently just fucking said something horrible.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
You could tell the way it got quiet. He's like, oh, fuck, that did not sound good. I guess his response and apology for it was like, hey, I meant, like, he didn't defy gravity like Adrian Neville, like, does flips and stuff.
Yeah, he did it. He's not an acrobat in the air like Adrian Neville, but it really came off as like he couldn't defy gravity because he smashed his face from falling and died. Oh, that's hilarious.
Fucking leave it to dumbass Booker T. Oh,
I mean,
Christ.
see, like, yeah, something like that, like, I can totally understand apologizing for because, I mean, that was just like, basically just, he just misspoke, like, he wasn't being a dick or anything like that. Like you can partially blame Michael Cole for this because like you could have said anyone else's name.
Yeah, I know.
You could have said fucking the Ultimate Warrior. Like oh, he didn't defy gravity either, and it would have started fighting.
They should have just said Blue Blazer.
That wouldn't have
Blue
helped
Blazer
either.
couldn't defy gravity. That way it's not one part. People be like, "Who was the Blue Blazer?"
Oh man, yeah, that's hilarious.
Oh Jesus. What happened? Yeah, I didn't watch the NXT pay-per-view. I still have to go catch that, but I guess Kevin Owens obviously retained his title.
Yeah. Yeah, that's one thing that kind of pissed me off about not being able to watch the last of that match because I'm like, all right, well, I guess I'll just get on Twitter and see who won. I'm sure it was Seth Rollins, but I'll see. And I couldn't find nothing saying what the outcome was. I still don't know to this day. And I'm just like, fuck this, man. Like, I was so constantly in this situation where I was constantly having fucking pay-per-view spoiled for me because I couldn't watch them that night and seeing people tweeting about it. Now that I go looking for the fucking information, I can't find a goddamn thing. Like, fuck that.
Oh God. Yeah, they need to. I don't know. I don't think Seth Rollins is cutting it as a champ right now. He's good in the ring, but I don't think he's.
Is he still being a pussy?
The last two Raws, he's been more, especially since this rivalry with Ambrose started up again. He's been more, let's fucking do this.
Right.
Like, not a pussy.
Well, I
like,
mean,
come on,
is he
let's
still
go.
is the fucking is this J&J security still coming out there? Are they still fucking meddling in matches? Is Kane still being his bitch?
Of course, because that's how they.
Oh man, that's so fucking annoying though.
Yeah. Kevin Owens retained his NXT championship after wrestling Sami Zayn to a non-contest. The referee had to end the match. So he went out there and fucking destroyed him again. That's good.
Alright.
Samoa
Wasn't he
Joe.
already injured? Like badly?
Oh, no. I think so. Well, no, his shoulder was fucked up. I don't think it was super serious, though.
I thought was gonna need surgery because of it.
Maybe.
I don't know, some of the things, I mean, because, like, I see these news feeds on Twitter all the time, and, like, I don't really ever read the articles or anything, I just read basically the title. And it'll say stuff like, Sami Zayn injures his shoulder, may need surgery, or something like that. It's like, oh, alright, that sounds bad. And then I hear, like, 2 weeks later, he's wrestling. It's like, what?
Well,
Okay.
NXT is actually taped and everything, but I think
Oh.
the takeover was live, so maybe he went out there and wrestled with a fucked up shoulder. Seems about right. Dude's
Maybe.
crazy. Dude's way crazy.
I mean, and a lot of these, too, are, like, spoilers for SmackDown. Click here, kind of thing.
Yeah. I don't give a fuck. You have to go back and watch that. That's good. Kevin Owens is keeping up his gimmick of just fucking decimating people.
Something
He's
that
like a
Brock Lesnar should be.
Yeah. And he just comes down to the ring and talks like an arrogant prick, and it's great. Doesn't need
Right.
Paul Heyman talking for him.
I see. That's where I see it a problem with John Cena, because John Cena is just the type of dickhead that they would have set up to be like, "I'll straighten you out." Like when it comes
That's
to
how he was trying to talk during that promo, and Kevin Owens kept going, just shut up, dude. He's like, you're running your fucking mouth. Just knock it off, man.
like John Cena is one step away from putting people over his lap and spanking them.
Yup.
And it's so annoying. Like I used to have some kind of respect for John Cena because he seemed like a guy that would kind of just go with the flow when he was doing his promos. Like when they chant that he sucks and he'd be like, "Yeah, I know some you don't like me." I kind of had was like, all right, he's just kind of like going along with this, thing of, hey, yeah, people aren't gonna like me even though I'm a face, I'm a baby face and I'm the super good guy. I'm like. I kind of looked at it like I'm sure when I was a kid, people didn't like Hulk Hogan, because, oh, look at it, he just take vitamins, say your prayers. That's stupid bullshit. Like, go out there and fucking wrestle, pussy. Like, I'm sure there's people that were like that when, with him, But just John Cena just grew and grew and grew more into a fucking dipshit to me. And then when I started noticing that he was fucking just killing careers, I was like, nah, I don't like him.
Yeah, I don't know. So a lot of these guys that have been coming up have kind of been putting John Cena in his place, and it's kind of nice.
Right on.
Like,
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see what they do with this. Part of me wouldn't mind seeing them do something where Kevin Owens wins the United States Championship and takes it back to NXT with him. And be like, if you want this, come and get it. And then do that. Then have him win it, and then be like, say to John Cena, like, if you want this, come and get it. And then they have John Cena is on the next NXT pay-per-view.
That would actually be pretty cool.
Yeah.
Man. Yeah, I don't know, Kevin Owens, and it just seemed like the typical Cena shenanigans. When Owens would respond to it, he was just arrogant about it. Like, hey, everybody, it's NXT champion Kevin Owens. He's like, well, thank you. It's like, thanks, John. Appreciate that. But let's move on to business, you dumb fuck.
Well, speaking of moving on, I say we wrap this up.
Yeah.
Because we've been going a good couple hours, and I'm really tired of YouTube splitting these videos up for some reason.
Yeah, fuck you, YouTube.
Fucking YouTube. Taking away my Gerald Penis fucking video. How dare you? But, yeah. So, thanks for watching. Got any shout-outs? Your Twitch channel stuff?
I'm not streaming on Twitch ever really anymore because I've been busy as fuck.
Oh, okay. There's something we can talk about real quick. Gaming news. Like, we didn't really get into any gaming news or anything. Like, I didn't make a show notes this week. I've been kind of busy. So I didn't really dive into it. But I heard apparently Twitch is not going to allow adult-rated games. Adult only, AO rated or whatever.
Oh, as in the Hatred that comes out next week?
Yep. So apparently you're not going to be able to stream it on Twitch. So come watch me do it on fucking Hitbox.
Yeah, but I can look at all the boobs and wieners I want when people stream Grand Theft Auto and The Witcher, but can't do that. Okay.
Supposedly they don't want kids being able to tune in and seeing the graphic violence of that, which
but yeah, it's okay to watch Call of Duty matches on there where people are just shooting each other constantly.
Yeah, or The Witcher is pretty brutal. Like, you cut people in fucking half in The Witcher. Cut arms off, cut heads off. Like, yeah. Grand Theft Auto, you can get fucking hookers and kill them, and yeah.
I do give Steam credit. They're letting The Witcher come out on Steam, and I guess
you mean Hatred?
Good Old Games is refusing to put it on there.
You mean Hatred?
Yeah, Hatred. Witcher.
I was saying, because I got my copy of Witcher through Good Old Games.
Yeah, they're refusing to release it there, but Steam's like, no, it's a game. It can go on there.
Yeah.
It gets me excited because we might get some more adult-only games on Steam.
Hopefully, that'd be fine by me. Fuck yeah. I doubt we'll see it on consoles, because the last time we were going to get an adult-only game, Sony and Nintendo were like, nope.
Ugh.
Which was Manhunt 2.
Ridiculous.
But yeah, there's your gaming news for the week. Maybe we can get more into it next week or something, if whatever. But
if
I mean,
the stars align and time paradoxes line up, and Eddie doesn't shoot himself, we're good.
Ooh.
Eddie shooting himself fucked up all of our lives.
Yeah.
Except Pat Patterson, he's still cornholing motherfuckers.
Wow, he's fucking cleaning up the cum from the fucking Dolph Ziggler match. I'm surprised he didn't go out there and fucking push Dolph Ziggler out of the way and just start making out with Sheamus' ass.
That would have been hilarious.
Surprised he didn't tongue fuck his butthole. And that's it, ladies and gentlemen. Have a good night. Don't forget to take your waitresses.